Week 18 walking, 16th to 22nd of August 2024. The sky is a thing of beauty. Distance walked 53.3 miles. Duration walked 18 hours, 1 minute and 56 seconds. As a lad who grew up in Bristol in the English school system, I never went to school in August as the schools always ended in July and always started in September. However, in Scotland schools, these routinely finish at the end of June or at the start of July and return around mid-August. 6 years of living here and I still struggle to get my head around it. Week 18 starts with the last Friday of the school holidays and the night before the kids have sleepovers. Anna-Lena has a sleepover at her friend Flora's house and Seb's away with Mormor. So Ingrid and I make the most of this by getting out for our second walk of the challenge early. We walk the Craigroy loop via the old military way, and as we get close to the old bridge, I relent and go the way Ingrid usually runs and walks by heading up the hill that I inadvertently walked down last week. I prefer the old bridge and river way, but going Ingrid's preferred route clearly allows me to bask in my own glory of being such a wonderful and understanding husband. Off to the northwest coast. Later in the day, once we've collected the kids and packed the car, we head to Melon for a weekend away with friends, camping next to a place where the Knight family have deposited their caravan for the summer. North of Gairloch on the northwest coast of Scotland, it is a magical place, although I should be writing that it is awful and that I never recommend you ever going there. Ever. This reminds me that whenever I see an article in the press with a headline similar to the best 10 undiscovered walks of the UK, I quickly scour it in the hope that our favourite walks are not mentioned in the article. Some places, I think, should remain off the beaten track. The reason we're in Melon is not for the camping, but because Ingrid, Rachel and Lorna are doing the Great Wilderness Challenge, an off-road half marathon event. So whilst they head off for the day, Day 2's captured walking is a few laps of Melon Beach, undertaken whilst the kids play on the sand, followed by a trip up and down Melon Mountain, which is the hill next to the beach. Note, it is not a mountain, but has become known as such by us. 3 families, the artists, minus Ingrid, the Knights, minus Rachel, and the walkers undertake this epic journey, and I bagged 2.9 miles for the day. That's before we head off to meet the ladies at the finish. Day 3 is more walking around the beach before we break camp and head back south to Grandtown. Day 4 is the 5.3 miles around Craigroy Loop on a cool, calm and drizzly day. And on day 5, I head back up onto the trails for the 13.2 mile Dreggy Gorton Loop, as I need to make up for a very quiet weekend. The weather I noted in my diary is cool and calm, followed by wind and rain, and repeat. The skies are ablaze this evening and absolutely stunning. Pastels of azure blue, powder puff pink and burning orange set the clouds ablaze, and are one reason why I'm slower walking than normal. Stopping to soak in the views is a delaying tactic that I'm happy to embrace. It's another Craigroy loop on day 6, and for the second time in as many weeks I missed the turning onto the river. I decided to continue down instead of turning back. I finished the week in a very necessary 19.6 mile Loch-and-Dord loop to get the required miles in. Starting just before 9 a.m, I take a flask of sweet tea, black tea and some chocolate, but my lunch remains in the fridge because I forgot to pack it. It was a good walk, albeit very windy, with a few stops to chill, and I spotted what could easily be the skull of a crocodile, or maybe not. The end of week reflections. The issue I highlighted at the start of the week is around the difference between the English and Scottish school holidays is a great example of how difficult some things are to change within us. However long I live in Scotland, I'm likely to only directly experience Scottish school terms for a maximum of 13 years, how long Seb will be in the system. Whereas I was in and accepting the timings of the English school system for the first 46 years of my life. It is not something that has to change within me to be successful, nor will it impact my life in a negative way. And so I accept this disconnect every year. Accept there will be things that don't fit 100% with your current way of life, yet accept that you don't have to change everything. It's about focusing on the most important stuff and changing what needs to be changed. Thank you.